How do you interpret and react to what Alibaba told us overnight?
Hello, Ed and Caroline. Pleasure to be here. Thanks for receiving me. We are extremely excited about AI in China. I know there is so much geopolitical tension about who is going to win. This is not like a simple win thing. This is going to change the world in the next 10, 20 years substantially, and the giants of China are investing substantially against that. Alibaba is doing a great work, but also Tencent is doing a great work. DeepSeek had a big impact in what everyone is doing here, also in Europe and US. So we are bullish. This is going to keep growing. I want to give you one extra data. China, 10 days ago, released its AI plus policy,
yes,
where they say in 3 years, 70% of the devices are going to be AI-enabled using open source AI. In 10 years, the whole society is going to be disrupted by AI. So it's amazing how committed China is to AI. And I think it's our obligation in the US to do that. It's our obligation as one of the biggest European companies to invest in Europe so we can keep the pace or do better.
You know, overall, what these Chinese technology companies share is their commitment to spend, but they are very different. They have different proportions of the business on e-commerce, pure cloud computing.
Yeah.
How should we distinguish Tencent's AI strategy from Alibaba? What is the piece of Tencent's AI plan that you are most bullish on?
Look, Tencent has WeChat and WeChat Pay, and all the communications in China runs against through WeChat, and the impacts of AI in communications, in companionship is amazing, and now in shopping through messaging. So we are very bullish that there is a lot of things to do through Tencent. But I want to remind you all, we are trying to replicate that in Europe, India, and Latin America. That's what Prosus is doing today. I think China is playing very well, US is playing very well, but there is a big space for other big tech champions in Europe. Europe is more or less the size of the American economy, but has like ASML, Prosus, Spotify, Mistral, maybe $300 or $400 billion companies. We believe there will be $1 trillion company in Europe. That's why we're investing hard in Europe to build there.
Yes.
The same thing in India. We're investing hard in India. We're investing a lot in Latin America. And it's good to remind sometimes everyone, including my US friends, AI is going to be a global thing, and we have many global tech champions around the world. That's what Prosus is doing.
Fabricio, yeah, you're trying to make Prosus that global tech champion. Can you describe the exact tactic of that at the moment? Because it seems like you're all in on this idea of lifestyle e-commerce system more broadly. How do you become the bigger than the sum of your parts?
Definitely. We are very excited about what we are doing. Our first part of the strategy is to invest in our 3 ecosystems. Latin America, where we are doing very well through iFood and a whole ecosystem around iFood. For example, the Despegar acquisition we did for $2 billion a few months ago. In India, we are making many investments that are growing faster through AI. For example, today we announced the investment in the biggest mobility player in India. And in Europe, we are really investing to develop technology and innovation in Europe. We did the Just Eat Takeaway acquisition there just 5 months ago. It was approved by European Commission in 5 months, what is like a record time. We are very excited about that. That's what Europe needs to move faster, to take more risk, and to create local champions. We expected to close this offer in 1 week, next Wednesday actually. And this is just the first step. We are going to keep investing harder in Europe. We are launching next week the AI House Amsterdam, where we will have hundreds of people together with universities and other companies developing local models in Amsterdam in the Netherlands, because we need players investing really hard there. I'm quite confident with the level of scale that we have with 30,000 people, the level of investment in disruptive AI models. We will help Europe to position itself as a leader in this race.
What about other areas of M&A then, Fabricio? Because you're trying to make your portfolio ever more focused. Where could you make additional add-ons? Where's interesting?
As I said, we spent $7 billion the last few months. We are going to keep spending, hope in the next few days announce another big investment in France of a lot of money in France.
Do it now, Fabricio.
Yeah.
Just a few days to keep investing a lot in Europe. My commitment was to invest up to $15 billion in Europe, and we are moving fast on this direction. I'm a little frustrated. The European Commission also asked me to divest $2 billion, $1 billion before I keep investing. I think this is the wrong mindset. Europe needs to invest 10. I can do it by myself, 50, $100 billion, and that's what Europe needs.
Fabricio, I want to hold you to account on something, because you said to our US audience, don't forget Europe. When I look at what you have done, There's been some selling down in Delivery Hero. Also, some of the Chinese, Meituan, for example.
Yeah.
So net, you're going to continue adding proportionately to the European investment and taking potentially from other parts.
Not proportionally. We are going to invest substantially more in Europe. We have up to $15 billion to invest in Europe. The Delivery Hero discussion about selling down was our agreement with the European Commission. They asked us to divest
That's
a little.
why I asked, yes.
And I disagree with... thank you, European Commission. We did a deal in 5 months. We are moving fast. That's what Europe needs. But they also said, please sell a little. That's the wrong strategy. We had to invest more, $15 billion faster. That's what I'm going to keep talking in Brussels. And that's what I think Europe needs. Everyone was talking this week about the Mario Draghi report.
Yes.
He said Europe needs to be more aggressive, needs to consolidate local champions. 1 year after the report, just 11% of the report was implemented. That's not enough. But the good news, Prosus is very committed to help, collaborate, work together. We need bigger companies investing more and fast in Europe, specifically in developing AI. So I'm quite excited. I know many times here in TV we say, is it a bubble? It's not. I'm absolutely sure the impact in AI in the next 10 years is going to completely change who are the winners. So if you're not moving fast, and the impact in AI today in Prosus is disruptive. We are moving faster, we have better service for our customers, we are more efficient. Obviously, there is lots of people investing a lot, specifically here in the US. Obviously, lots of the companies that people are investing today, they are also going to fail. That's part of the process. We're not going to have only winners, we have winners and losers. We are working 3 times harder in Prosus to make sure that we are one of those winners, specifically in Europe and India and Latin America.